What's up guys and welcome to another video. In today's video I'm gonna show you my team selection for Gameweek 20. Just to note that double Gameweek 19 is not over yet. There are still some games to play, so my team selections is not really final. It might change before the deadline on the 26th. But I'm gonna show you how my team is looking right now, how I'm likely gonna line up. It's gonna look a lot like my team in Game Week 19. So in goal I'm gonna keep Martinez. I have no plans of transferring out at all actually until maybe my wildcard. I'll switch him depending on the fixtures after the wildcard. But I'm gonna keep him in goal. I think he's the highest scoring goalkeeper still in FPL this season, and he's just looking really good. And they're playing Burnley away. Burnley not the type of team to score a lot of goals. So I definitely believe there can be a clean sheet there for Martinez. I'm happy with him in the goal. For my defense, it's going to look exactly the same as double Game Week 19, with Kufal, Cancelo and Stones. All doing pretty well. Cancelo only got 1 point in the first game in double Game Week 19. They haven't played against Aston Villa yet, so I'm not sure if he's going to play or not. But before double game week, before the game against Crystal Palace, he had been playing I think 9 out of 10 games, 90 minutes, and he's just so good when he plays. So I really hope that he was just rested for one game because of the tight fixtures, and then now he's going to play against Aston Villa, and then against West Bromwich after double game week 19 for game week 20. I really hope he's going to play because he is really good, and I really like my City double up in defense. Because he keeps so many clean sheets and they look really solid. So I'm not going to transfer him out at all, even though people are doing it now because they're panicking of him not playing. I'm going to keep him. And Kufal looks really good as well. West Ham looks really good defensively. They're playing Crystal Palace away, which in my opinion is a pretty good game. I would definitely classify that as an easy game for West Ham. Crystal Palace have looked pretty up and down. They kept a clean sheet against Arsenal, but I think that and they lost score. City scored 4 goals against them, so I think West Ham is gonna be able to keep a clean sheet. And Kufal actually got an assist in the last game now, so I think that he looks really good attacking as well. So I'm happy with the defense. For the midfield, right now it's the same as double game week 19 as well, with Grealish, Salah, Fernandes and Son. For this game week though, game week 20, I'm not really happy with this lineup. I think Grealish against Burnley can be a good shout. I do want to keep Grealish for a couple of games now because Aston Villa's fixtures are not too bad. And even though he hasn't returned too many FPL points recently, I think that he has potential to do it. So I want to keep him for now. Salah is a player I'm not really confident owning right now. Of course, he is the type of player that will hurt your team if you don't have him, because a lot of people have him, of course. He is like one of the top FPL players for the past couple of seasons. But he also hasn't scored now for 3 games, I think 3 or 4 games. And he doesn't look that good when you watch him play. So I'm not too confident with him right now. And also they're playing Tottenham away. A Tottenham that is pretty good, pretty solid defensively. However, I don't feel too comfortable with Son either against Liverpool. Liverpool defensively have been pretty solid as well. And Son just doesn't get many chances, and in the past when he gets a few chances he usually scores them. He's very clinical, but recently he hasn't been that clinical, so I'm not sure. I'm not too confident with Salah against Son, having them both. But Fernandes against Sheffield United I think is a great game. Definitely a good game for United and also for Fernandes, who looked pretty good. Has looking really good this season. Against Liverpool, he lost the ball a lot. He had a shot that was really good, I think, but I don't know, you can't really say that much about the game between Liverpool and United, but outside of that game, Fernandes was really good, so I'm happy with him in the team. My attacking lineup is going to be Bamford, Antonio and Vardy, as it looks right now. Antonio, I got him for the double game week, as well as Vardy. But Antonio I'm really happy with. He returned, of course, in both the games. They had 1 goal in each and 3 bonus points in each as well. He's a missing puzzle piece for West Ham, isn't he, in the attack? They really needed a clinical striker to finish off the chances that they create, and he looks like he is that player. He's really good. I'm happy with having him in the team. Vardy, the same with Salah right now. I'm not too confident with him, especially for the price tag that you pay for him. He's just so up and down, and he just when you watch him play, he is just not involved pretty much in the attacks at all. A few games, of course, he gets a penalty or he gets like one through ball that he scores, but it hasn't been the case in double game week. And outside of that, he's not involved pretty much in the attack. I don't know. I'm really not comfortable with him having him for 10.1 million. So I'm probably gonna look at moving him on. Bamford, though, he's also had a couple of blanks. He is the main man in Leeds, though. They create a lot of chances. He gets a lot of chances, and they are a very attacking team. So I'm confident but I'm happy with keeping him for now. And also, I don't want to sell him in case I want to get him in the future, because I'm going to lose a lot of cash on tax because I got him early. But this is my team right now. My bench right now is Steer, Dallas, Chilwell, and Soucek. I don't think it is any of these players that I really want to have in my starting 11 right now. Chilwell might be my first bench option, because I think Wolves, even though Chelsea looks pretty poor right now, Wolves looks maybe even poorer, or at least poor as well. So I think that Chilwell could have a chance to be involved in attack and return. But Dallas, I don't want to play him over any of the defenders I already have in the starting 11. And Soucek, I don't. Even though I feel like West Ham will do better against Crystal Palace than maybe Salah or Son will do against each other, I'm not confident with benching Son or Salah for Soucek. I just don't feel good about that. So this is the team, and I'm definitely gonna captain Fernandes because he's like my only great captain choice this week. Antonio, my vice captain for this game week, might be a little bit controversial. Probably not. I was actually thinking about captaining him for game week 19, but I'm always scared about going for differential when everyone else is going for the obvious picks. So I went for Salah, and let's see. He has one game more in the other game week 19, so maybe he will return. But I don't know. I can't regret not going for Antonio, and I don't feel confident with having a vice captain in Salah on this game week. So I'm going for Antonio just for the sake of it. But of course, Fernandes is gonna play probably. So I'm putting all my eggs in the basket for Fernandes. So my transfer targets, pretty much. My top one transfer target is Kevin De Bruyne. And if you haven't watched my last video, you can do it. I go through the top 5 players that I think you should have on your watch list for Game Week 20. And Kevin De Bruyne, spoiler alert, is going to be in the video. He's just like the main man in the City attack. He's really, really good when you watch him play. He got 4 assists in the last 5 games. And he also got a goal in those games as well. And he just like the creator behind their attacks. He just looks really, really good. And I definitely don't feel comfortable not owning him, especially with the fixtures coming up, with West Bromwich away, Sheffield United at home, and Burnley away. I think that if you have him in your team, you could captain him for all of these games and be confident with that. I would definitely do it. So he's on my watch list of the main player I want to get. But in order to get him, of course, I need to work my team around a little bit, because I have 0.0 money in the bank right now. The obvious choice for me would be, or my ideal way would be to upgrade Son to Kevin De Bruyne, but that means I have to make way for 2.3 million in my team. And if we go back to my team, then I mean, there's not really much I could do. I could, of course, downgrade Grealish or downgrade Vardy, but another transfer I want to do as well, if I upgrade Son to De Bruyne, is that I want to get Kane in the future. And in order to get Kane, I need to have 3.4 million ready in the bank. And before the price rise of De Bruyne and the price decrease of Son, it's actually 9.7 of the Son right now, not 9.8. I could have downgraded Grealish to a 4.3 midfielder, and then Vardy to Kane and Son to De Bruyne. But that's not possible anymore with the price ranges or price changes. So right now, what I'm thinking I might do is that I transfer out Salah and get De Bruyne immediately without any hits. Because yeah, of course I have one free transfer and I can transfer Salah to De Bruyne without any hits. I do lose cash out on Salah though. I had him from game week 1 for 12 million, so I will lose 0.3 in tax. And I'm probably gonna want to have Salah back in the future for sure. I looked at the next game weeks, and I think they play against Brighton in 2 or 3 game weeks, I think, and that's the only game week in the upcoming 4, maybe 5 game weeks that I feel like I really would have maybe considered captaining Salah. But De Bruyne, I would captain him maybe 3 weeks in a row now, or at least 2-3 weeks in the next 4 games. So I am considering this one. The only thing that's keeping me from not doing it is that I will lose a lot of tax on Salah, and unless he decreases in price until when I get him back, it will be hard to get him in again. So I'm gonna keep that monitoring his price now until the deadline to see if it decreases. If it decreases one more, I'm probably gonna do it. Otherwise, I'm not really sure. But this is a transfer I could do, and I'm thinking about. Or I might go like a little bit a further route and try to get the 3.4 by downgrading some of my defenders, as well as maybe Soucek. It's gonna require that I do it either in like 3 or 4 weeks time, which I can't do because I want to burn right now, or I do it in 2 weeks time and take -8 hit. So for this game week I could downgrade Chilwell to Mitchell. I could also downgrade him to Holding maybe, or a playing. I mean, Mitchell is playing right now, but I don't really trust Crystal Palace defense. I could get Holding, but then I need to downgrade maybe like what is his name, Cancelo next week to a sub 4.5 mil defender anyway. So I could downgrade Chilwell to a really cheap defender, and then also try to downgrade Soucek to Smith Rowe, and then I can afford De Bruyne for a -4 next game week. However, that's not gonna let me have any funds to get Kane, which I also want for the game week after Liverpool. So it's just really difficult. I think the only thing I really can do to get De Bruyne now and Kane next game week for -4 is to switch Salah to De Bruyne now, and then take a -4 and downgrade Chilwell to something cheaper defender, as well as upgrading Vardy to Kane. I think that's my thinking process right now. But I'm not really sure if I'm confident transferring out Salah with the huge price difference and tax that I'm gonna lose. Let me know, do you think it's a good or bad idea? I'm not sure, but that's what my thinking is right now. And yeah, I'm pretty confident that I will try to get De Bruyne at least this game week or next game week.